Here are Grandma's 35 Home Alone self-defense hacks that may save your life one day. Plant thorny shrubs beneath climbable areas. Adding thorny shrubs beneath ground-level windows discourages intruders from attempting easy entry. Plants like hawthorn, holly, or roses form natural barriers with sharp spines that are unpleasant to climb through. Grandma often said these plants worked as silent guardians, protecting homes while looking decorative. Choose dense, fast-growing varieties so they fill in quickly and stay difficult to pass. Regular trimming keeps them strong while maintaining their deterrent effect. Avoid leaving gaps near foundations where someone might crawl through. Water deeply to establish strong roots. Consider planting shrubs in staggered rows for added protection, making it even harder for anyone to reach vulnerable points. Leave a low light in bathroom at night. Did you know that studies show around 30% of nighttime injuries in the home are related to falls in dark hallways or bathrooms? Keeping a dim light on reduces disorientation and helps deter anyone who might approach from outside by creating the illusion of activity indoors. A bathroom glow is especially useful because it doesn't disturb sleep as much as brighter lighting. Position the bulb so it softly illuminates the hallway, making navigation safer. Replace regular bulbs with low-wattage ones for efficiency. Keeping spare bulbs handy ensures the light never goes out when it's needed most, maintaining both comfort and security. Use brightly colored tape on stair edges. Highlighting stair edges with bright contrasting tape makes each step easier to see and reduces trip hazards. This simple hack prevents falls, especially in dim lighting or when moving quickly. Grandma kept bold strips of tape on every stair in her old farmhouse, ensuring even guests knew where to place their feet safely. Select durable, non-slip adhesive tape that adheres securely to wood, tile, or carpeted steps. Replace worn strips immediately when they fade or peel. Layering an additional strip along the railing side improves visibility further. Check tape placement frequently to make sure it hasn't loosened, as secure adhesion is key. Secure loose rugs or remove them. Rugs that slide or bunch underfoot are one of the most common causes of trips at home. Tack down smaller rugs with double-sided non-slip pads or rug grippers to keep them firmly in place. Larger rugs should be anchored with heavy furniture at the corners, or replaced altogether if they can't be secured. Avoid using rugs on stairs, as these create unpredictable slipping risks. Flat weave or rubber-backed designs are safer choices if rugs are necessary. Sweep beneath them regularly so dust and grit don't reduce traction. Always check after vacuuming that edges haven't curled up, as these create sudden snags. Swap round doorknobs with lever handles. Traditional round knobs can be surprisingly difficult to twist under pressure or with weakened grip strength. Lever handles, on the other hand, allow doors to open with just a downward push, making them both easier and faster in emergencies. Installing levers also improves safety for children or anyone carrying items in both hands. Select sturdy metal models that won't loosen easily. Ensure screws are tightened firmly so they don't rattle or shift. Test each handle after installation to confirm smooth operation. Keep spare screws in a small container nearby, so replacements are available if a handle begins to feel unstable. Report suspected fraud immediately. Criminals often target individuals at home through phone scams, false service calls, or misleading mail. Responding quickly to anything suspicious prevents small threats from becoming larger dangers. Report attempts to local authorities, banks, or phone providers as soon as they occur. Document details such as numbers, names, or times, since this can help identify repeat offenders. Don't hesitate to ask neighbors if they've experienced similar issues, since scammers often move through communities systematically. Shred personal documents to prevent identity theft. Keep a notebook by your phone to record unexpected calls, creating a clear log that can be referenced later if necessary. Move or hide visible calendars. Calendars can reveal when you are away, upcoming travel, or even daily routines. Leaving them in plain sight near windows or entryways may unintentionally provide intruders with valuable information. Instead, keep calendars inside drawers or on the inside of the cabinet doors where they are less accessible to wandering eyes. If you need a visible calendar, choose one that shows only general notes without detailed times. When hosting visitors, avoid writing sensitive reminders like doctor's appointments or trips. Use coded abbreviations if necessary. Always dispose of old calendars by shredding rather than tossing them whole, since past schedules can also reveal patterns. Use gravel on pathways and driveways. A simple but effective deterrent involves laying gravel or crushed stone on pathways and driveways. The crunching sound underfoot makes it difficult for anyone to approach quietly, adding a natural alarm system to your property. Unlike smooth pavement, gravel amplifies footsteps, especially at night when sound carries farther. Choose medium-sized stones that shift easily to create maximum noise. Keep the surface evenly spread so no silent tracks form. Replace or refresh areas where gravel has been packed down by weather or repeated use. Pair this with motion-sensitive lanterns or oil lamps near entrances for even stronger nighttime awareness and layered protection. Hang up on unsolicited callers. Unfamiliar callers who pressure for information or linger with suspicious questions are often testing boundaries. Rather than engaging, simply hang up the moment something feels off. Engaging in small talk can reveal more than you realize, including your schedule or whether you live alone. Scammers often thrive on hesitation, so acting decisively breaks their script. If the caller claims to represent a company, check credentials separately by calling the official number. Don't trust caller ID, as numbers can be falsified. Keep a notebook near your phone to jot down repeat numbers, then report them promptly if harassment continues. Keep whistle handy and use when threatened. Carrying a loud whistle provides a fast way to draw attention during a threat. The shrill sound cuts through noise and can startle aggressors, buying you critical seconds. Unlike electronic alarms, a whistle doesn't require batteries or charging and can be worn on a cord around your neck or attached to keys. Practice blowing it sharply so the sound carries. Use 3 short bursts, a recognized distress signal if you need help. Teach family members to do the same so everyone knows its purpose. Keep one by your bed, another in a coat pocket, and a spare near your front door. Use 2 locks on your main door. Securing your main door with more than one lock discourages attempts at forced entry. A combination of a strong deadbolt and a latch or chain creates multiple barriers that take longer to bypass. The added time and noise can cause intruders to abandon the attempt. Ensure the deadbolt extends fully into the strike plate, not just superficially. Latches should be installed at eye level, making them harder to reach or manipulate. Inspect locks regularly for wear or loosening screws. Add a sturdy door frame reinforcement plate for greater strength. Keeping spare keys hidden in obvious spots should be avoided entirely. Remove your car from the driveway when you leave. Leaving a car in the driveway signals presence, while its absence can announce vacancy. If possible, park your car in the garage to avoid broadcasting movements to strangers. When leaving for extended periods, ask a trusted neighbor or relative to occasionally park their vehicle in your driveway to create the appearance of activity. Criminals often scout routines, and consistent absence can invite unwanted attention. Rotate parking locations around your property to break patterns. If a garage isn't available, vary departure times and routes. Pairing vehicle movement with visible indoor lighting adds to the impression of someone being home. Add handrails to both sides of stairs. Stairways without dual handrails increase fall risk during emergencies or fast movement. Measure both walls along your staircase and mark stud locations with a pencil before installation. Use a level to keep rails straight and mount wooden or metal rails at a height between 34 and 38 inches. Each end should extend about 12 inches beyond the top and bottom steps for easier gripping. Choose rounded rails that fit comfortably in your palm. Screw rails into studs using long wood screws and wall brackets rated for body weight. Check stability by pulling with full strength. Clean handrails regularly to prevent buildup of dust or grease. If possible, paint them in a high contrast color to improve visibility in dim light. Avoid climbable structures or windows nearby. Burglars often take advantage of items near windows to climb and gain access. Move all climbable objects, barrels, bins, ladders, and tables, away from the house. Keep firewood stacked far from walls and avoid placing shelving, large flower pots, or fencing too close to windows. Trim tree branches within 6 feet of any second-story window. Use prickly shrubs like holly or pyracantha under windows to deter entry. Avoid leaving tools or crates outside that can be stacked. Inspect the perimeter every 2 weeks to check for anything that might offer a step up. Lock upper windows securely and use thick curtains to keep valuables out of sight. Keep fences smooth or with vertical slats to reduce footholds for climbers. Keep neighborhood in the loop. A neighborhood that communicates creates a natural safety net. Speak directly to those living nearby about keeping an eye out for each other. Let neighbors know if you'll be gone for a few days so they can watch for unusual activity. Offer to do the same when they travel. Ask someone you trust to pick up your mail or newspapers so your home doesn't look empty. Share emergency contact numbers by writing them on a card and exchanging copies. Meet occasionally in person to talk about recent events or concerns. Walk the neighborhood and check for anything that seems out of place. Rotate who watches each other's property to keep attention fresh. Leave outdoor lights on a timer switch. Use beware of dog signs even without a dog. Did you know that over 1/3 of convicted burglars admitted they avoided homes with signs warning of dogs? A simple metal or plastic beware of dog sign placed on a fence or gate suggests unpredictability inside. Hang it near the front entrance where it's easy to see. Place a large water bowl near the door, or leave a leash hooked on the porch railing to complete the illusion. Avoid naming a breed. Keep it general. Some homeowners also use scratch marks or clawed chew toys to create realistic signs of dog activity. Move props every few days so it doesn't look staged. Add a second sign to the back gate or side entrance to cover all approach paths. Appear occupied through social activity or visits. An active-looking house is far less appealing to intruders. Host small gatherings in your front yard or on the porch occasionally. Keep the yard tidy and rotate outdoor decorations or planters to show regular use. Leave a pair of worn shoes by the front door or hang a coat visibly near a window. Change curtain positions daily. Tiebacks open during the day, closed at night. Avoid letting your lawn grow too tall and place watering cans or tools in plain view after use. Ask neighbors to stop by briefly if you're away. Hang laundry on a clothesline even when not in use to suggest someone is home. Keep your gate swinging closed to imply movement through the property. Throw trash and delivery boxes away immediately. Empty boxes reveal what's inside your home and who lives there. Collapse cardboard packaging right after opening and place it inside a lidded garbage bin or tear it into small pieces for easier concealment. Never leave brand name boxes like TVS or electronics on the curb. Grandma always reminded us that careless trash invites curious eyes. Take time to remove or cut out shipping labels before disposal. Store packaging for large purchases in the garage until trash day. Hide any overflow trash with older bags so it blends in. Recycle discreetly at a community center if you've had multiple deliveries. Carry small boxes directly to outdoor bins rather than letting them pile up near doors or fences. Secure sheds and garage with simple, strong locks. Backyard sheds and garages are often overlooked, making them easy targets for intruders. Replace weak padlocks with heavy-duty closed shackle locks made of hardened steel. Secure all hinges with carriage bolts and locking nuts that can't be unscrewed from outside. Install sliding bolts across interior doors for added resistance. Cover any shed windows with opaque materials to keep contents hidden. Lock tools like shovels and crowbars that could assist a break-in. Check the doors regularly for signs of tampering or weather wear. Add a second lock lower on the door to prevent prying from the bottom edge. Lock ladders to stationary objects. Don't trust strangers just for sounding nice. Strangers who speak politely can still pose serious risks. Never open your door simply because someone seems friendly or confident. Ask for identification through the door without unlocking it, and don't hesitate to say no. Look for vague stories, name-dropping, or pressure to act quickly. Common signs of manipulation. Decline requests to use your phone or bathroom. If someone says they're from a company, ask them to leave paperwork. Observe their clothing for signs of a uniform mismatch or inconsistencies. Trust your instinct if something feels off. Keep a sturdy door chain installed and use it when talking to unknown visitors. Keep shoes near entrances. A home that looks occupied is far less tempting to intruders. Leaving several pairs of shoes by the front or back door can create the illusion of multiple people inside. Choose a mix of men's, women's, and children's shoes to imply a household. Position shoes casually, never too neat, to mimic real use. Rotate pairs every few days to avoid suspicion. Include worn or dirty shoes for realism. Use shoes in combination with other visible signs of activity like a doormat or scattered gardening tools. Avoid using only new shoes, which may look staged. Tuck a pair just under the edge of a visible bench or chair. Wedge doors and tape over letterboxes at night. Doors secured with locks alone may still be vulnerable to forced entry. Use strong rubber or wooden wedges on all ground floor doors each night to prevent inward movement. Position wedges tightly at the base of the door, angled toward the door's edge. For added resistance, place a second wedge halfway up behind the door, if possible. Tape over letterboxes from the inside using thick, opaque material to block any tool insertion. Don't hang keys or bags within reach of the letterbox. Consider fitting a small bell to the door so it rings if jostled unexpectedly. Inspect wedge condition weekly and replace if worn. Avoid sharing future travels and absences to anyone. Careless comments about being away can lead to break-ins. Avoid telling anyone outside your immediate circle about travel plans or overnight stays elsewhere. Don't mention trips to shopkeepers, acquaintances, or even well-meaning neighbors unless necessary. Speak vaguely about plans if someone asks directly. Leave your home looking unchanged during your absence. Don't close all curtains or stop deliveries visibly. Arrange for someone to move your bins or park in your driveway. Avoid writing dates on visible calendars facing windows. Refrain from posting reminders or notes on your door. Instead of saying when you'll return, say you're expecting visitors. Use clutter or dummy decorations. Signs of disorganized activities suggest someone is nearby and alert. Leave garden tools, watering cans, or a child's toy scattered casually around the yard. Use realistic clutter. Items that appear recently used, not decorative. Change their positions weekly to imply movement. Avoid stacking things too neatly or placing them in obvious display. Add a worn bucket near the porch or a crooked broom near the side wall. Prop open a gate slightly or leave a bag of soil leaning against the shed. These details give the impression of someone mid-task. Avoid overusing the same item repeatedly. Mix objects based on the season. Hide ladders, tools, or bird baths. Items left outdoors can unintentionally help intruders gain access. Always store ladders inside locked sheds or chain them to fixed objects away from walls. Tools like rakes, shovels, or crowbars should never be left leaning near entrances or windows. Bird baths placed under windows can act as a stepping point for climbing. Clear all garden furniture from beneath balconies or overhangs. Don't overlook small stools or crates that can also be used for leverage. Lock toolboxes and bins when not in use. Walk around your home weekly to spot anything that could help someone climb or hide. Store garden hoses securely. Teach children to say adults can't come to the phone. Children should never reveal that they're home alone. Grandma taught us back in the day to say, "My parents can't come to the phone right now," and then hang up quickly. Practice with your child so it becomes second nature. Don't let them mention your absence to visitors or callers. Teach them to avoid giving out any names, addresses, or routines. If someone presses for information, instruct them to say it's not a good time and end the conversation. Post a reminder by the phone for reference. Use a code word system for emergencies only trusted people know. Engrave or conceal valuables in non-obvious spots. Stolen valuables are harder to resell if they're traceable. Use an engraving tool to mark items like electronics, power tools, and bicycles, with your initials or a chosen symbol. Hide markings in less visible areas like underneath, inside battery compartments, or under removable panels. For sentimental items, consider hiding a note or identifier in a hollow frame or inside furniture seams. Avoid hiding valuables in obvious places like dresser drawers or under mattresses. Use decoy containers like old cans or books with hidden compartments. Photograph marked items for future reference. Keep serial numbers stored offline and away from the valuables themselves. Stagger curtains and doormats. A uniform look can signal an empty or overly staged home. Vary curtain positions from room to room, some half open, others drawn. Avoid closing everything fully at the same time. Change positions in the morning and evening to suggest presence. Doormats should be offset slightly or placed at different angles near each entrance. Add a small pebble or leaf debris under one corner to mimic foot traffic. Avoid seasonal mats that remain unchanged for months. Occasionally rotate mats between front and back doors. Pair uneven curtain lighting with mismatched blinds or partly closed shutters. Keep exterior lights consistent with indoor visibility. Train yourself to notice unusual patterns. Being aware of subtle changes in your surroundings helps detect threats early. Pay attention to unfamiliar vehicles parked nearby, new footpaths and grass, or moved objects outside your home. Make a habit of checking window latches, fence gates, and locks every evening. Listen for changes and neighborhood sounds, dogs barking at odd hours or sudden silence. Use pencil marks on door frames to notice tampering. If trash bins are shifted or garden tools misplaced, take note. Trust instincts when something feels off. Keep a small notebook to log observations if needed. Walk the perimeter of your home once daily to stay alert. Add pin locks to windows and sliding doors. Standard locks on windows and sliding doors can often be bypassed quickly. Install pin locks or track blocks to prevent movement even if the main lock fails. For sliding doors, drill a hole through overlapping frames and insert a metal pin with a locking clip. Windows can be secured with a similar setup using a small latch pin or a removable wedge. Don't forget bathroom or basement windows, which are often the easiest entry points. Apply wooden dowels inside window tracks for added resistance. Always test locks after installation by applying gentle outward pressure. Label pin locations discreetly for quick nighttime use. Zip tie garage manual release. Garage doors can be silently breached using the emergency release cord. Loop a strong zip tie through the release latch's hole to block it from being pulled by wire hooks from outside. The tie must be firm enough to prevent access, yet still cuttable in a real emergency. Make sure the zip tie does not fully restrict the function if you need to release it manually. Trim the cord to reduce reach from the outside. Test the door monthly to confirm smooth operation. Install a small wooden block above the release lever to block upward motion from inserted tools. Secure entry points with tamper-proof screws. Doors and window hardware can be easily removed if held by standard screws. Swap out regular screws on locks, strike plates, and hinges with tamper-proof ones like one-way slotted or hex pin varieties. Install at least 3 per hinge and ensure they penetrate deeply into the door frame. Pay attention to side doors, rear entries, and sheds. Replace screws and gate hinges and garage latches as well. Avoid Phillips or flathead screws on any visible exterior hardware. Label a container of matching bits for future maintenance. Mark screw heads with a dab of matching paint to reduce visual detection from afar. Install anti-snap deadlocks. Weak locks are often broken using a snapping technique that splits the cylinder. Grandma had Grandpa install anti-snap deadlocks after hearing about break-ins down the block. These locks are built with reinforced cores that break away harmlessly, leaving the internal mechanism protected. Choose models marked SS312 Diamond Approved or equivalent, and replace all front and rear cylinders. Avoid using locks that protrude from the door face. Install a metal guard plate around the cylinder for added resistance. Keep spares of only the internal key, not the snapped-away section. Lubricate the lock monthly with graphite powder to maintain smooth function and reduce wear. Reposition hinges inward. Exposed hinges give intruders easy access to pins that can be removed to open doors from the outside. If your exterior doors swing outward, consider reversing them so hinges are inside the home. When reversal isn't possible, install security studs that interlock even if the hinge pins are removed. Use long, rust-resistant screws to attach hinges deeply into the frame. For wooden doors, reinforce the area around the hinge with a metal plate to prevent splitting. Paint the hinge area to match the door, reducing its visibility. Inspect hinge alignment every few months to ensure tight, level positioning. Insulate mail slot or use a lockable cover. Mail slots can be exploited to unlock doors or inspect your home's layout. Use a draft-proof internal cage or cover that blocks visual and hand access while allowing mail to drop. Choose a model that mounts securely with tamper-resistant screws. Ensure the flap closes tightly and doesn't rattle, which can attract attention. If the slot is oversized, block off the opening and replace it with a lockable wall-mounted mailbox outside. Do not store keys or personal notes near the door. Reinforce the door panel around the mail slot to prevent weakening. Add weather stripping around the edge to reduce noise.